Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a favorites video for you. So it's going to be all of the products, the beauty products particularly, that I was loving for the month of March. It's hard to believe. It is already April. It blows my mind, but there were some products that I really enjoyed for the month of March. A lot of them that were pretty much new to me, a couple of them that I just especially loved in the month of March, even though I've been using them pretty much consistently for the last few months. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into this so that you can see what I was loving. Okay, so the first item, let's see, how do I want to break this down? Okay, the first item that I want to talk about is something that I got a couple of deluxe size samples of via Sephora online orders. And so this one is the Kora Organics Noni Radiant Eye Oil. It's something that I had featured in my 5 favorite products, or my 5 top products for dry skin. This is what the box looks like. Now, mind you, this is the deluxe size, so that's why it looks kind of tiny. And this one's still new. The other one is almost gone that I have been using. Comes in a little bottle like this. It literally is just an oil. It has a roller ball like that, and you literally just roll it under your eyes. I can't even tell you how good this makes my under eyes feel. It makes them feel moisturized. They don't feel tight, and you know how that skin is extra thin? This stuff has been so good. I put it on. You're supposed to kind of let it dry before you put anything else. So what I do is I put that on my under eyes, and then I moisturize the rest of my face, kind of leaving this alone. I don't set anything on top of this, and I can't even tell you, my under eyes have felt so much better. Whether they're less dark or not, I think they are. Again, sometimes I can't tell if that's all in my head, but I really have been enjoying this. And if you watched my wish list or my loves list for Sephora and what I'll be buying during the sale, this is one of those products. So the other product that I actually have been using for several months, and then during the month of March I was like, gosh, I love this conditioner so much. And this is something you can buy at your local grocery store. It's by the brand Cantu. It's Cantu Shea Butter for natural hair, sulfate-free, hydrating cream conditioner. No sulfate, silicones, parabens, or mineral oil. Helps hair retain natural oils. Reveals healthier, hydrated hair, and great for natural and colored hair. So my husband ended up buying this shampoo and conditioner. You can find it in the ethnic section of your aisle for shampoos and conditioners, things like that. And so my hair is because it's very curly, it just... I end up needing thicker type of products to really see a difference. And I ended up taking the conditioner from him, and oh my gosh, I can't even tell you, there has not been another conditioner that I have found that compares to this. It's very thick, so all you need is a little bit. I don't go all the way up to my roots because your hair falls out more when you put conditioner on your roots. It's very heavy, it kind of weighs it down, so I usually put it at the tips and work my way up to about halfway, and then as I leave it in, I wash my body, and then I rinse everything off. This smells so good. It's not overpowering, not overbearing, not one of those that's like super in your nose, but just smells it's a very pleasant smell. And I love that it's so thick, because honestly, I go 3 to 4 days between shampoos, and this keeps my hair really soft and manageable in between. Unlike sometimes you wash your hair and then it's like frizzy and unmanageable until your next shampoo, and this just really helps maintain the retain the moisture, maintain like just manageability, I guess. This is really great. It's probably like $5-6 bucks. I love it. I am hooked on that conditioner, and you know when you get hooked on something then they discontinue it? I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Okay, so let's move on to makeup products. Now this next item I picked up, I want to say a month and a half ago, maybe it's even been a couple of months, and I really can't stop using it. I can't put it down. It's actually a drugstore highlighter, and it's Wet n Wild. What was that lineup called? Gothographic or something? I don't know. But honestly, I walked into Walgreens the moment they were setting out the display, and I was like, oh, perfect timing. So I looked at everything. Nothing really called my name, except I could see the glow in the jar of this highlighter. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if it's good or not. Drugstore is very hit or miss for me, so I thought I'm gonna take a chance. It was $5.99. I can't even describe to you the incredible glow. It is what I'm wearing today over top of ColourPop's Flexetarian, and this is really incredible. So it is obviously a loose highlight, and it's just really, really glowy. It does have like some super fine sparkle in it, so if you were not into that kind of thing, then I say skip, but it's just so good. It's very light, so it sits on the skin really nicely. It's not like all cakey and weird, and that's what it looks like. And for $5.99, I'm so blown away. I hope they keep coming out with things like this. Glad I picked it up. Have been absolutely loving it. If you come across that in your store, I say pick it up. The other thing, highlight related, is what I just mentioned is my base today, and that is, hold on, let me move all my stuff because this dog is like, he will lay on anything and everything. He doesn't care, like, you know, excuse me, make way, I need to lay down here. It's ColourPop's Flexetarian. So I really love this cream highlight. This thing is so intense. It's beautiful on its own. Here we go, guys. Oh my gosh, here we go. If you watched my last video, the one about the top 5 products, you had a little pleasant surprise there at the end. Pongo. Third time's the charm, I hope. ColourPop's Flexetarian has been just my favorite base. It's like I can't seem to use anything else. You know, I love to use a highlighting base, a cream base, under my powder highlight. I love to layer because that's how I get a more intense glow. And oh my gosh, this thing, I think this one's also like $8, is so incredible. It's a cream and it works best with your fingers. And it's kind of one of those where it's been popular ever since it came out a long time ago. But that's what that looks like. It's so, so pretty. Let me swatch it right by the Wet n Wild, and you see how those pair up so nicely? Yeah, it's really, really good. And I like that because it's got this pearlescent type of base, it makes any tone of highlight just pop. It adds an extra oomph to it, and amazing. So like $8, and you can get it at Ulta now. The other item, so I have never really been one to set my foundation. I don't like cakey look on my skin. I mean, who does? But I feel like on me, if I use cream foundation, liquid foundation, and then I use powder, it's too much. So it's been, you know, setting your foundation and powders and translucent powders and setting powders have become like the it thing. So I had the Becca, what is this? The Soft Light Blurring Powder. I've had this for ever since it released, which has been a while. I used it a couple of times to set my under eyes. I didn't like how it looked. It kind of darkened it up a little bit. And so it's literally been sitting there. And I thought, gosh, should I move this on? I don't know if I'm going to get use out of it. And I said, okay, let me lightly set my foundation and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, I see what all the hype is about now. And now I'm thinking, I want to go try other powders out now too. This looks so amazing on the skin, at least lightly, just lightly packed on. It kind of blurs my pores. I really like how it looks, you guys. I think I am now sold on the whole setting your foundation with some sort of powder. Anyways, so you've probably seen this before. It's kind of a peachy type of powder. It's what it's called, again, a blurring powder, and I feel like it does just that. I go with a pretty light hand because I'm not looking to be super powdery. I don't like a super dry look, but this is so good. So if you, I think I had added it to my loves list by the time I filmed the last video, but that water powder is totally on my loves list. I want to try it out. In addition to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush something something, I'm wanting to try that one out too. But for now, using this, and I absolutely love it. The other is something that I have mentioned as being so amazing, and I just can't put this thing down. It blows my mind, and I can't wait for her next palette. It is the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette, the one that comes in this slip cover, by Kristen Dominique. And oh my gosh, it is so good. If I had to pick like my top 10 favorite palettes of all time, this would be in that top 10. It is so good, you guys. I did do a review on this sometime back. I to this day have not been able to stop using this and put this down. It looks really basic, and in reality, it's not. It's so versatile. And these 3 shades up here, these foiled shades, blow my mind. So, and they're so soft, I just can't even tell you. But let me kind of give you some quick swatches in case you haven't watched that review. These just go on so beautifully, blend so well, stay on for a long time. And that's what they look like. Look at those 2 right there, those shimmer foiled shades. They are so incredible. I have not, again, I haven't really enjoyed a palette this much in a very long time, and this absolutely would be on my top 10 of all time. So I just have been loving it for the month of March, have not been able to put it down. All right, guys, we're down to the last few items. So this is actually also a kind of deluxe size. It's something that had been sitting in my little box forever and a day, and I thought, what's going to end up happening? I'm going to throw this away. It's the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. This was part of the peach line that they released specific to Sephora, and I had seen it and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Well, I don't remember what this came in, and so I was going through my little stash the other day to see, okay, what do I need to toss? And I thought, okay, I never really used this, so let me put it to use, and that way I can say I tried it out, and if it doesn't work out, I'll throw it away. And I was so blown away with how it just shrunk my pores. Like, my pores were, they weren't even visible. I don't know. It gave my skin such a smooth look, which I was not anticipating at all. And it reminds me quite a bit, let me see if you'll be able to see it, of the Pores No More, also the Porefessional by Benefit. It's one of those kind of silicone-y type of consistencies, and so that's, I'm sure, what it is that fills in the pores. It smells so good. If you're familiar with this lineup, you know that those smell really amazing. Here we go again. This is Ridic. We'll be right back. Okay, now that we've talked about that, we're going to move on to the next product before Mr. Pungo decides that he is wanting to jump back up here and just put his face right in the camera. Okay, so concealer that I have not been able to put down for the month of March is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I didn't know if I was going to love this or hate this based on what, you know, people were saying, and I ended up loving it. It is so good. It is what I used today to conceal and just to kind of put as my eyeshadow base, and then I, of course, set that with powder, but oh my gosh, it's so good. If you can find this at your local Ulta, I know it was sold out online. I don't know if they've restocked as of yet. Let me see, get you a little closer there. It is a more full coverage concealer. It's a little bit thicker. So if you like thinner consistencies like the Urban Decay Naked, then you might not like this. It is so good. I love the coverage it gives. It doesn't really crease on me. I have one really deep line that really any concealer settles in there, and so I don't determine whether concealer is good or not based on that. So I just have been loving that, and it was, I think, like $7. So I have a lot of, I feel like, affordable things in this monthly favorites, which I'm loving. Okay, so last few items. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Busy Gal Brows. So this thing is kind of like the Benefit Gimme, I think it's the, is it the Gimme Brow? It's the Gimme Brow. It's the one with the little spoolie. It's kind of like a tinted brow gel. This is along those lines. However, the spoolie is so tiny, which is amazing because it lets you get into all the little crevices of your brows. I can't even tell you how pigmented this is. Let me see if I can, I don't know if it'll even show up on my hand. It won't, but this thing is so pigmented that it literally, on me, if I go too heavy with this, it looks like I've put pomade on my brows, kind of like the Anastasia Dip Brow. This thing is very pigmented, so you don't need a whole lot if you're going for the natural look. I love it. This thing fills in my brows, makes them look natural, makes them look just really filled in, really nice, and just rich in color. Again, if you go in with too much of a heavy hand, then you kind of regret it if that's not the look you're going for. Love this thing. So happy I picked that up, and I just have been using it plenty for the month of March. Then I've got the Cover FX glitter drops. These things are so good, you guys. But then again, I love all things glitter. You know that by now if you've followed me on the life of my channel. These particular ones are the ones in the shade Lunar. It's the blue. They also have pink and they have like a champagne. I have the champagne in like a deluxe size. If you dab just a little bit, if you know, pull out the stopper or the dropper, with your finger, dab a little bit on the high points of your cheeks. It will make your highlight so intense. Again, if you like the whole glitter kind of look. Also, now blue isn't something that is, in my eyes, an everyday highlight. I love to use it on like just my chest, right here, my upper neck, and it, oh my gosh, it looks so good. When the sun hits, it's like, you look like Edward from Twilight or something. It's so, so good. These look like the custom drops, I can't remember what they're called, but the one that's like a highlighter. So same concept, exact same, you know, packaging. Let me kind of show you how amazing this looks like. Now the blue does have kind of multi-color flecks of glitter. And again, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but they also have a pink and they have like a champagne. So that's incredible. I can already see it reflecting right now. It's great. I love it. This stuff is so bomb. It's a little bit pricey though. I really wish that they would, so this bottle's $44. I wish that they would come out with like mini sizes, kind of the way Benefit does with their box powders, for half the price or something, because in all honesty, who's ever gonna go through a full one of these? And I'd rather pay less money and get less product. Anyways though, love, love, love that. The last item I have, you cannot find it anymore at Sephora or Ulta. However, you can still get it on the Tarte website. And it is the Lip Bling in the shade High Standards. This is so good. I can't even tell you. If you're looking for something super sparkly for your lips without being drying, this is a gloss that is incredibly... Take a look at this. This is so amazing. It's so sparkly. And when I first put it on, I told my husband, I was like, look how amazing this looks. And he's like, I don't see any glitter. I'm like, you're such a guy. Of course there's glitter. And I could see it. But anyways, a couple days later, we were in the car and the sun was shining. I'm like, do you see this right now? He's like, oh yeah, I see the glitter now. Anyways, but your typical doe foot applicator, and just wait for this goodness. There also is a deeper one. I don't remember what it was called, but it's kind of along the whole Park Avenue Princess type of theme. But that's it right there, and this is so good. I don't like to use it as a topper because I feel like it makes the lipstick gooky and kind of gross. So this on its own is the best way, and it is amazing. So if you're looking for something kind of festival-ish, if you're looking for something like really glam, this is amazing. I would compare it to the whole, do you remember the Kylie Cosmetics gloss where she had Glitz and Glow? Here we go again. He's about to make his appearance. It's very similar to that. That's one reason I love that gloss, is because it's so sparkly. It's amazing, and it's limited edition. Again, it's still available on Tarte, but I have been using this non-stop. Alright guys, before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Proverbs 16:24, and it says, "Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones." The tongue is very, it's rough. You could really cut somebody with the things you say. And so I just want to encourage you as you come across people, as you interact with people, just be sure that everything that you speak is just sweet and pleasant, like it says in the verse, like a honeycomb. Once you say something, you can't ever take it back. And I think all of us have learned that the hard way. But I hope that encourages you. I have also heard that God gave us one mouth and two ears. So, like the verse says, be quick to listen and slow to speak. But I hope this encourages you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video for my March favorites. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. Little dude is just still in puppy mode and he is all over the place. But I got really sweet feedback on my last video from you guys when I inserted that clip with him, and I really appreciate you guys. Alright, you all, I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I hope you're having a great week. Take care. I will see you very soon. Love you guys. Bye.